All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Monday, February 19th. It is set by Brummy, presumably from Birmingham. One across. Truck even has somewhere to sleep. Well, even makes me think we take the even letters from truck, but that would be RC, remote control. I don't think so. Has somewhere to sleep, some kind of a bed, trestle, TR, rest, some kind of bed. Oh, a truck has a bed. Oh, there's a flatbed truck, of course. And even is flat. Somewhere to sleep is bed. And that gives us flatbed. All right. That should be helpful now. Hopefully we'll get a good start in the top left. Return of live. That makes me think of evil. Sky broadcast. Of course, they want us to think of Sky as the cable channel. Broadcast, or maybe anagram of Sky, is quaintly traditional. So a word for, I think that must be the definition, quaintly traditional, beginning with F. Floral, florid, feudal, and oh, if it is evil, I mean, could it be F, Freevil, Fleevil? I don't think so. Frank possibly has Capone's temper. I think it must be a famous Frank. Um, and Capone is Al, so I think it's going to be Alzire, Frank Alsop, Alston, Frank. Oh, could it be Alsace? I didn't, just because it's in that region that's gone back and forth between France and Germany. But how is ace temper? Of course, temper could be a temporary worker, could it? No, I think you say temp. Um, but temper does have other meanings. Well, let me leave in owls for now and we'll come back. Warm yourself before ballet movement, sport. I presume it's going to be a sport, 10 letters. Badminton is just 9. Basketball. Basque could be warm yourself. And then I was thinking of jeté or plie, aren't they ballet movements? But it's an anagram of ballet. Actually, it's not much of a, I suppose movement is actually a good indicator there because we just move part of ballet. I like that. Call at first rate city. Well, I presume it's a city, and first rate makes me think A1 or AI. So Dubai, surely. But then dub has to be call. How is dub call? Thinking of dub music, but nothing to do with that. Oh, yeah, I suppose if you call or you can dub someone, um, whatever, give them a nickname, dub them, you can call them something. So I can see that. All right, let's try this one. Associations making line printing essentials. Ooh, associations, making line, printing. It could be printing essentials, maybe, is the definition. Um, Masks are, but how are associate? Then, of course, essentials could be the inner parts of words, but no, I don't think we have enough S's other than in essentials, so that wouldn't work. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to that. Let's go back to five across. Sinks on the wagon left, covered with spots. Um, could it be covered with spots as the definition? Dappled. Although the wagon left makes me think it's going to start with W, and then we have a word for sinks. And it means covered with, of course, covered with spots. They may be being cryptic or funny here. No, not getting it. Record breaking athlete is a handy help on a flight, you say. Oh, it could be. Ah, yes. So we had Roger Bannister not too long ago, where we had to work out that he ran the 4 minute mile. And I think too that made some reference to staircases. But so a flight, yeah, so it sounds like a banister, which I think only has one N, but his name was Bannister. So a hand, you put your hand on a flight of stairs on a banister. Now, let's see, manufactured chest with tiny adjustment. Both manufactured and adjustment make me think of anagrams. So it could be chest and the word with, but I think, oh, because we have an N, I think if it is an anagram, it will be chest and tiny. But I'm not sure if it's going to mean manufactured. I think it's going to mean manufactured. Let's try the helper. We're going to have two T's. Oh, a synthetic. Yeah. I should have thought about where the Y was going to go, but synthetic. It's funny with the anagram helper. I mean, I don't think what it showed was anything like synthetic, but somehow my brain intuited that. So now this doesn't start with a W. Sinks. Oh, maybe it's another word for a wagon. Oh, how about on the wagon? Could be TT, teetotal. Oh, so, well, I was going to say spotty, but they're not going to define that as covered with spots. But I do think that's still the definition. Some word beginning with S. No, not getting it. How about, ooh, two-parter here? Sleeper separators consisting of wrought iron caps in hollow train bases. Hollow thinks makes me think we just take the outer letters. Is that of just train or train and bases? Although the TN plus BS doesn't seem likely. A sleeper can be a type of a rail car, right? A sleeping carriage. But sleeper separators. Wrought means worked. So do we anagram iron? Oh, and then caps in might just be the first letters of hollow train. I don't know, I've just too many possibilities here. Let's try womanizer. Has short length, wavy hair, too. Well, it seems like the definition is womanizer. Someone like Casanova, um, Don Juan. Uh, Wavy hair, too. The two, I think, is probably important. So it might end in some word that means two. Short S, length L, SL, but then. Oh, Lothario, of course, is a womanizer. And I can see we have an anagram of hair. Oh, we also, so it's an anagram of wavy, so an anagram of hair to after the short length, which is the L. Wavy is the anagram indicator. All right. Does that help me with my covered with spots? No, but I think it might end LED, so could 8 down begin with a D? Gents HRT is fantastic for potency. That must be an anagram of gents HRT, but we only have a single vowel. However, I think I can work this one out without the anagram helper as strength. Ooh, so now maybe it is sinks. On the wagon left, covered with spots. No, not seeing it. All right, let's try this one. Audiences left, which of course could be an A, with unusually great sight. Just because I see the EI and H, now I'm thinking it's an anagram, excuse me, of great sight. And so it's going to mean audiences left. Is there a name in the theater for the left-hand side of the stage? Or is it that literally the audience has left? Well, let's see if Great Sight gives us a good anagram. Oh, stage right. Audience has left is stage right. Oh my goodness, I should have got that without using the helper. All right. Quaintly traditional. Oh, folksy. So we do have Sky Broadcast at the end. And you return of to get FO. Live is simply L. And then anagram Sky Folksy. So now associations. Yeah, I shouldn't have put that S in there. I'm thinking links. Yes, so L for line, and then printing essentials. I think we've seen before where those were ink or inks. So links. So I don't think it's Al, Frank, Aln. I don't see. Frank possibly has Capone's. Um, could it be a word that means temper? I don't think so. I really want it to be Al somebody, some Frank. Of course, could be a first name with a last name of Frank. And Frank, Barney Frank? No, I don't know. All right. State. Um, so it looks like maybe, oh, state news author. Yeah, oh, I don't know if this is going to be the name of a state, somehow composed of news plus author, but I think it's more likely three-letter state followed by N for news, or we've seen it before, two N's when it's news plural. But what state? And then, oh, sorry, what author would that be? Let me pause and hydrate and think about that. Oh, of course, Thomas Mann. So it's MA for Massachusetts and then two N's for news. Yeah, luckily we had that recently, so it was fresh in my mind. Initial boost, galvanized, reformer. Can galvanized be an anagram indicator? Because we have a B, two T's, and an I. So I'm thinking it's going to be some, oh, how about abolitionist, famous type of reformer? I'm not going to bother checking that. That looks right to me. How about French way of cooking easily with no nuts acquires name? Oh my goodness. Cooking easily with no nuts. Yeah, not getting that. Let's go back up to this one. Company making top, favorite, cocktail, ingredient, alternative for rival. I'm thinking it may be a word for a rival, competitor. That fits. Let's see if we can get the word play to work. So I think alternative could be the R. Company could just be co. But making top, favorite, cocktail ingredient. I see petit, but I don't know how that would be a cocktail ingredient. Let me look at 18 just to see if that P could be right. Outsize, builder's ledge, round room for electronic instrument. Well, actually, the P does help me there because I'm thinking of an oscilloscope. At first, I was thinking electronic musical instrument, but no, I think it's one you use in, I suppose, diagnosing electronics, an oscilloscope. So what is outsize? Bill, oh, a ledge, I think, is a cope stone. Round Or, oh, no, sorry, a ledge is a sill. Sorry, pardon me. Um, round room. Round could be the, outside is OS. Builder's ledge. Why builder? Why not just outside's ledge? Round. Oh, room, I think, is scope. There's scope for improvement, there's room for improvement. So that makes me feel a bit better about competitor, but not a lot. Uh, Heroin kept inside, heard from pen inmate. That makes me think it's something that an animal says. Yes. So it's inside heroin kept, and a pig is in a pen, and they say oink. Ooh, so that gives us a nice something oh for funny man needs a hand creating tropical island feature. Oh, funny man needs a hand. Bozo is a funny man. Funny man, but need a tropical island. What would a tropical island feature? Palm tree, something like that. No, I can't see it. Plant making American tin in that way. Um, I don't know. Is there a short phrase that means in that way? So, for example, and then making American tin. Oh, goodness, what's the chemical symbol for tin? I think it might be SN. Let me pause and check that. It is SN, and nobody is more surprised than me. Um, could it be something CSN? I don't, but then the American has to, I would think, come before that, be something C. Doesn't seem right. And then is it a plant? Or maybe it is in that way. Now we're going to have to come back for that. How about it entitles board member to meet with mobster. Um, well, gangster, but that's only 8. Board member we've had before. I suppose CEO, DIR for director. It entitles, maybe directives or a certificate. Nope. Fantastic hit with Castle running a part of this. I'm thinking an anagram of hit and castle, and maybe it's partially an and lit, because the answer is going to be a part of a castle, or the castle is a part of something. No, not seeing it. Recoiling at street, drug, sample. Yes, so recoiling at, we reverse that to get TA. Street is ST, drug, as it often is E, and a sample is a taste. You have to watch this young wine notice 4-3. You have to watch this. Young wine. So just looking at you have to watch this, I think of must see. We all remember NBC's must see TV. Um, but then young wine, I think must can be early on in the. Is it does wine ferment? You have a must, and notice can simply be see. Oh, so now this does end in M. Is it a type of a palm tree? Or palm, if you prefer? Um, tropical island feature. No. And then this ends in S. Not what I was expecting. Not for those who would mighty oaks from acorns grow. Ooh, of course we know the. Is it from a poem? From mighty oaks, or from something acorns mighty oaks may grow. Not for those. No, I can't think of what that would be. Arrival one day before opening. So I wonder if it's maybe begins with I for one, and then it could either be D for day, and then a four-letter word for an opening, and it means arrival, or it's maybe a abbreviation for one of the days of the week. Tuesday, of course, looks like it would fit. I think that's the only one, so I think I prefer ID, but now a word that means arrival. But I'm not getting that. 22 would then end in a D. It entitles. I don't think so. All right. After a good time, extremely sweaty and flatulent. Well, flatulent immediately makes me think gassy as a five-letter word. So an extremely sweaty are the two extreme letters S and Y. So it could work. I see G for good, but then AS is time. Yeah. I'm not quite at the 30-minute mark, but I'm going to go ahead and check this one. It is correct. That gives us a nice Y something R for reportedly, so a homophone. One's smacked as a house supporter. Well, house is capitalized, but I think that's trying to put us off. I think it's going to be something in a foundation or inside a house, a beam of some kind. Did think of, or it could be maybe the War of the Roses, one of the house of whatever in the house of something else. And was there a historical? Oh, yes. So it is actually a follower of York, I suppose. I don't think I've heard Yorkist or not, but I think that sounds like Yorkist somewhat. I wonder if anyone will complain about that homophone. Some homophones are definitely better than Others. All right, I think I've looked at everything. Did I skip anything? Yeah, I looked at everything. So not too bad. Of course, it is Monday, which is supposed to be the easiest. Let's go back and look at this one. Sinks on the wagon left covered with spots. Yeah, I'm thinking it must be sinks as the definition, but I'm not on the wagon left. And maybe there are spots, something for spots around. Oh, yeah, so maybe it is the wagon left is a W, but it is covered with, so sinks, I think it's, no, so, yeah, maybe it's WL, but what comes between the L and the S? Let me pause and think about that. The only word I can think of is settles, which does have the TT in it for on the wagon. Oh, and then on the wagon is TT, left is L, and it's covered with C's. If you spot somebody, you see them. Ah, okay, and sinks, I suppose something settles. Hmm, not sure sinks is exactly the same meaning, but there you go. Now, our sleeper separators, consisting of wrought iron caps in hollow train bases. Could bases be the definition? 4 uh, tail tail ends. I like that. Could be bases, but um, let's see. Hollow train could be the T and then the N, but then we would have to put in AILEND, sleeper. No, I'm going to check this one. No. The D turns out to be right. Something pads. No, I'm going to reveal it. Twin beds. I suppose so. Sleeper separators. Okay. And so in hollow train, TN, we have WI wrought iron caps in hollow train. So I think it's just hollow train is TN. You put the WI from wrought iron caps in that, and then bases are beds. Okay. Wow, that was very tricky. Let's try now and get our Frank possibly has Capone's temper. Al. No. Going to reveal this one. Anil. To. So to temper is to anneal. I think you do it to metal. And so Frank, actually, I even said Anne Frank earlier, and then Al. That apostrophe S, I think is misleading. It spoils the well, it probably helps the surface reading, but I think it spoils the wordplay. But I think they justify it as an and al apostrophe s is equal to temper. So I think I'm sure it's correct to do it, but it just threw me off. But I probably just haven't been doing these long enough. All right, it'd be good to get 16 down now. Funny man needs a hand. Creating tropical island feature. Yeah, I'm not going to get this. I think it's going to be some kind of palm tree. Coco. Oh, Coco the clown is not Bozo. Coco. Ah, yes, I think I should have got that. I'll make note of it for the future. To think again of Coco. Fantastic hit with Castle. Oh, yeah, so let's try the anagram helper and see if it is an anagram of hit Castle. A part of this. Oh, running is a part of this. Athletics. Ah, yes, that is good. It wasn't an anlit at all. That running was very important. All right. Now our plant. Ooh, I would think it has to be. Oh, there's something. Acanthus. Is that a plant? Um, I think it's American is A, tin is can, not SN in this case. And in this, or in that way, is thus, acanthus. Let's check it. It is right. Let's try French way of cooking easily with no nuts. Acquires name. I think that might be, no, no, that can't be the definition because it has an S at the end of it. So it must be a French way of cooking, maybe. Or just French way? Could it be like a French street, a boulevard? What could come between the L and the O? Another O or an E? I think that's really. Oh, how about somebody from Lyon who would be. Is it two N's? Lyonnaise. So you cook easily or anagram easily, and then it has NO, which goes nuts and is anagram to NO, or sorry, ON, and then another N for name, and you get, so the definition is just French, Lyonnaise. Oh no, it is a way of, is it a way of, I'm actually not sure now, because I think cooking has to be the anagram indicator. What is Lyonnaise? Just someone from Lyon, or is it a like a niçoise? All right, this one now. It enables board member to meet with mobster. I presume it's going to be something that entitles like a license. But what would go? I wonder if it could be GHT. Oh, how about a knighthood? That would entitle, literally entitle someone if you get. Oh, that is a D. Ah, okay. Oh, and sorry, member, board member. The hood is the mobster. Oh, that's clever. A board member is a chessboard piece, a knight. Oh, that's tricky. All right, not for those who would. Mighty oaks from acorns grow, and it ends in an I. Trying to think of something that would fit in there. What would come between the S and the I? I can think of S-K-I, S-U-I. Oh, bonsai. Ah, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so if you don't want a mighty oak, you maybe want little tiny bonsai trees. And now arrival, it is one day before an opening, and it means arrival. Or maybe it is a word for arrival with one day before it, and it means an opening. Idlest. No, I'm not seeing that at all. Let's go ahead and reveal it. Advent, of course. Ah, yeah, I shouldn't have assumed it was a I for one. It was an A for one day, and an opening is a vent. Oh my goodness. All right, let's check all. Everything is still there. Let's go over to 15 squared to check the ones I don't understand. All right, today's blog is by Manehi. A fun solve, a little tricky for a Monday. I thought it wasn't too bad. Had to look for a theme and found some connections, but nothing clear. Okay, so of the across, I think I understood eventually most of them. Just oscilloscope wasn't 100% on. OS is outside. Sill is a builder's ledge. So maybe just apart from a windowsill, maybe there is something they use. O is round and scope is ah. So I think I always spelled windowsill with a C used in the building. Interesting. Okay. Another one on the acrosses was just must. Yeah, it is a young wine, and they helpfully provide a link to the wiki. And Yorkist is, yeah, supporter of the House of York. On the Downs, competitor, the top letter of making, okay, making top. Favorite is pet, yes. And IT, oh, is that Italian? Oh, yeah, Italian vermouth. Okay. Uh, and then R is the alternative. I think I got that part. 15. Definition: Lyonnaise describes food cooked with onions. Okay. And it's an anagram nuts of easily know. Okay. So I had to see the nuts applied to easily as well. All right. Then the other one was gassy. Oh, gas is an entertaining situation, a good time. So it wasn't G for good, it was having a gas plus the SY. Perfect level for a Monday. Yeah, someone else having the same problem as me with gassy. Uh, Distracted and puzzled over the American spelling of womanizer in 7 down. Interesting. I am noticing more and more Americanisms creeping into British and Irish speak and writing. I suppose it's the influence of social media over the last 10 or so years. All right, well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Thanks for watching and have a great day.